Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for joining us. My name is Rivka. If you didn't know, we are working on all different things from the toolkit of the spirit wheel. And we are slowly getting towards the end of our circle that has all the different tokens of the spirit wheel. Today we're going to talk about the snake token. Now, for some people a lot of people have snakes reminds them of different things, and some people are very scared of snakes, and it was very complicated for me when I first learned and channeled all this information. I was like, the snake, why are we using the snake? There's so many people that are going to be really uncomfortable. And the explanation was because in many cultures, the snake is its movement and its energy is very important. In Aboriginal culture, the snake, there's the snake that makes the mountains and the hills and the rivers and the rainbow snakes. And I sort of eventually said, okay, well, I'm just going to write and learn and try not to judge from my own fears. So when I was first arrived to this country, I was a very city girl. I wasn't used to the country, and I definitely wasn't used to all the animals that are here. And a snake in particular would have been something that I was very, very scared of. I would get to a point where I would just stand in one spot and be like, didn't know what to do and couldn't move. So at some stage, we were living in out in the country, quite far away from town. And we had chickens, and we tried to start being very permaculture-y, and we learned, we were getting closer to the earth. And one day there was quite a big python in the chicken house. Well, my partner picked it up and put it in a bucket and said, we're just going to move it down the road a little bit. And we were going to a market that day. So it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So we started driving, and he stopped down the road not far, and said, just open the bucket and release it. Now, my son was about maybe 2 years old at the time, my firstborn. And as I opened the door, he came out from the back because he wanted to see, and he put both his hands on the door to look. Now, I opened the bucket and threw the snake out, and the snake sort of swiveled on itself and rose up and looked at me. It was far enough away that it was far. But I was so fearful that I slammed the door. And I slammed the door on all of my son's fingers. Of course, I forgot about the snake. I opened the door, and my son is crying, and I'm picking it up, and we're thinking, what are we going to do? We're in the middle of nowhere. We saw a little house. We stopped there and asked them if they had ice, and they were like, oh, we're really sorry. We just clean up the freezer and there's nothing here. It was already like 6 maybe by that stage. I don't know. Anyway, I picked him up, and I was holding him in my hands, and I just said a prayer, and I just said something like, please help me to heal him, to heal his fingers. And I promise that I will never be that stupid again. I'm going to learn about animals, and no matter what it is, I'm not going to behave like that anymore out of just fear for nothing. And I had this energy coming through me, and within, I don't know, half an hour or 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever, my son was fine. He was just there sucking his thumb, forgot all about it. His fingers were fine. There was not a mark on them. And I went on this journey of learning about snakes first. I became a snake remover, and I went to quite a few courses, and I don't have a snake as a pet. I never got to that point, but I have no fear of them or a lot of other things that really, really cleared a lot of my fear. And it also started a great journey of healing and learning about healing and learning about how energy flows through. And it was it was a really good beginning. Anyway, so today, the snake in the spirit wheel belongs to the first chakra. It is it has also the stomach and the gallbladder. So and the bladder. It has 3 different meridians that are that it holds in it, and it belongs to, and it helps. So the time for the snake has quite a few. There's between 7 and 9 a.m., between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. in the morning, and between 3 and 5 p.m. So there's quite a few different times that it's working. And it is called the creator. Its word is actually fulfillment. And when you are thinking of fulfillment, you are thinking of something that is finished. But in the spirit world, fulfillment is something we are thriving to in order to continue. It's a word that the language is a funny thing. So I was explained that it's you are trying to fulfill your time here on earth, to fulfill what you came here to do. And the snake, the creator, the giver of life, and also the taker of life, is helping us to do that. His movement, the movement that it's slithering around, it goes up our spine. The energy goes up our spine and goes back down the spine. It draws it up and down. It's very, very sensitive, and it helps you with your sixth sense, because as a being, it has an amazing sixth sense. So we said that the snake is the creator, is the bringer, the grounder. It also brings the energy up, brings the energy down, and it's connects to the word fulfillment. So the meditation that we do when we're thinking of the snake is actually called earth meditation, and we're going to do it right now, if you would like. So if you remember, we are trying to do it barefooted if possible. We're trying to relax and breathe. We're going to start by sitting very comfortable, if possible. Better to sit, I think, than lie down, because then you don't fall asleep. And take 3 or 4 breaths, remembering to breathe out completely before you take the next breath. So you breathe in, and then you breathe out. Make sure you're empty before you take the breath in again. Each time that you breathe out, feel that you're melting into the earth. Remember, it doesn't matter if you're on the 5th floor, 7th floor, or 100th floor, or if you're sitting right on the ground. Your imagination can put you where you need to be, and you can melt into the earth. So you breathe in, and you breathe out, melting into the earth. Imagine that your head is in Antarctic, and your feet are at the Arctic. Your hands and your arms are hugging the equator. Allow yourself to feel the warmth of the earth, and enjoy being it, melt into it. Try and feel how the earth's pulse is, how the water is flowing through, how all your bumps and hills in your body, there are mountains and the hollows of the valley. Feel your arteries and veins being the creeks in the river. Allow yourself to understand and emerge into the earth. Allow everything to flow into you. Try and remember the energy and the feeling that it gives you. Try and explore all the emotions that it makes you feel. Feel the cool of the water, the heat from inside, as if it's the inside of your stomach. Try and hear the sounds. Try and be part of it, be part of everything. And feel the warmth that it gives you back. It connects to everything that you are, every mineral, every substance. We are all one. Keep breathing, exploring, breathing. And then, when you feel that it's time to finish the meditation, again take a few breaths. This time, each time you expel the air, draw yourself back into your body. As you breathe out, draw yourself back into your body. Each time, draw yourself back into your body. And when you feel that you are completely within your body, roll your shoulders, move a little bit, feel that you're at the present time, and try and go and write down what you felt, what you saw. Try and see if you remember, and remember those feelings in your everyday life, that connection. Doing this meditation with someone else is a lot of fun. It's one person talking and the other person doing and exchanging. But doing it with yourself is also really, really good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for sharing this with me. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like and share, and if you find someone that you think it will benefit, that's great. More than welcome to leave comments. And I'll talk to you again another day, probably tomorrow. You have a lovely, lovely, lovely day, night, evening, whatever. Love you. Bye.